We got another fun fan video. Welcome back everyone, this is your girl Empowered Muse, and today I'm going to rank all of the original worlds from the Kingdom Hearts series so far. So this won't really include Quadrantum since we've technically haven't had much playtime in it outside of modding. So I based the rankings for all of the original worlds on design, novelty, amount of available exploration, and overall experience. So first up we got Radiant Garden or Hollow Bastion. And this world was ranked number 1 for me for its great design and exploration in both Hollow Bastion and Radiant Garden as it was reconstructed in Kingdom Hearts 2. The world's team, in addition of having the Final Fantasy characters use the world as a base, enabled us to continue returning to it. The addition of the Camera of Remembrance and Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix as well as a post-game grind made the world that much better as far as exploration and having that novel experience. Next up we have Scarlet at Kylam. So Scarlet at Kylam was another beautifully designed world, and it was great to have the opportunity to fully explore it more in Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind as we return to that world to rescue Kairi's heart. And even in the explorations of Scarlet at Kylam in Kingdom Hearts 3 possibly introduce more in-game content with the inscriptions throughout its world that will hopefully one day be translated in the game if we ever get the chance to return to the most modern version of Scarlet at Kylam, which we know we'll get to explore an older version of Scarlet at Kylam in Kingdom Hearts Missing Link. I do think Scarlet at Kylam will actually be an original world that we'll get to see a bit more often in this next arc of Kingdom Hearts. Next up we have the world that never was, and the design of this world was actually one of my favorites, and not necessarily from the castle alone, but also from when we first landed in the city of the world that never was, which we got to explore a bit before heading to the castle that never was, and again was able to explore a bit in Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance. But I have to say that this was actually my second favorite in-game world to explore outside of Scarlet at Kylam because it just felt so expansive for its time, and it had that perfect accompanying score composed for it much like the world of Hollow Bastion, later Radiant Garden. But before we were introduced to the Kingdom Hearts 3 version of Scarlet at Kylam, I think that the world that never was left one of the most lasting impressions of an original world in the Kingdom Hearts series. Next up we have the Destiny Islands, and having the Destiny Islands as the starting point for Kingdom Hearts was a solid choice and honestly set the tone pretty perfectly of just how we were introduced to the Destiny trio of Sora, Riku, and Kairi. While the exploration was a bit limited and we haven't really gotten an expanded and more playable Destiny Islands since the first Kingdom Hearts, this world is still such a significant world to the story, and I'm actually so glad the devs made this the original home for the Destiny trio instead of one of the Disney-based worlds. But hopefully at some point in the Lost Master arc we do get a more expanded and playable Destiny Islands world just for the sake of playing through a nostalgic visit. Next up we have the Final World, and while the design for the Final World was fairly simple, some of the things in its design were still just so beautiful. We definitely got some extra effort with the world's design in the mini quest of putting Sora back together. While still quite limited on the exploration side, I could tell that there were a few things that were added to experiment around with, like the room rotations as we put Sora back together, as well as the reflecting feature that really encompasses the meeting of the world of ocean and sky. And since there's a pretty good chance we'll wind up back in the Final World at some point in the Lost Master arc, it would be nice to get the option to explore the world once again. Next up we have Traverse Town. And with Traverse Town being the first world we see in Kingdom Hearts 1 after we leave the Destiny Islands, the way in which we could explore and open new routes each time we return to the world as a home base in Kingdom Hearts 1, as well as find different puzzles to explore in areas like the Clock Tower and in the secret room leading to the Mystic House where we train with Merlin, was a very notable feature for our very first introduction to Kingdom Hearts. While the exploration to Traverse Town was somewhat limited in Kingdom Hearts 1, we got a bit of revamped Traverse Town in Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance that resided within the Sleeping Worlds, but had a new look resembling parts of The World Ends With You, as well as new areas like Districts 4 and 5 and the Garden, as well as the post office that expanded the world of Traverse Town to make it that much more explorable in Dream Drop Distance. So I definitely feel like Traverse Town kind of set the tone of an explorable home-based world that can be revisited multiple times, with new areas to be uncovered each time in both Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance. Next we have the Land of Departure. And the Land of Departure was one of those original home-based worlds that I wish we either spent more time in or that had a post-game playable version once it was restored in Kingdom Hearts 3. But while it's great to see just where Terra, Aqua, and Ven's home was in Birth by Sleep, I think the biggest drawback for the Land of Departure was that it was very limited in exploration in both Birth by Sleep and Kingdom Hearts 3, which is actually understandable for both games since the stories had to progress beyond the Land of Departure. However, the lack of exploration opportunities in the Land of Departure might be its biggest drawback as an original world, and especially as the assumed home base in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. Up next we have Twilight Town. With Twilight Town being another home-based original world, it's actually been quite nice to explore. Although I will say I feel that Kingdom Hearts 2 did the best job in the build-out and exploration feature of Twilight Town, especially due to the original data Twilight Town that we first explored as Roxas. The only things I wish existed for Twilight Town and Kingdom Hearts 2 and Kingdom Hearts 3 were more puzzle-like features outside of the 7 wonders of Twilight Town that involve either magic or physical hits, much like the puzzles in Traverse Town, as well as an expanded area that could have served as in-game content like the Cavern of Remembrance was for Radiant Garden. But I will say that Twilight Town coupled with this theme was one of the best introductions to an original world that we've gotten in the Kingdom Hearts series so far. Next we got the End of the World, and while the very end of this world reintroduced us to the Destiny Islands and an intense in-game battle that made the first Kingdom Hearts worthwhile, I realized that a lot of the map for the End of the World were simply empty rooms of the previous Disney-based worlds we visited. It wasn't as much originality as the other original worlds, and the warp-style transportation system within the world left little chances to get lost and explore, even as a post-game option. Up next we have the Keyblade Graveyard, and the Keyblade Graveyard, while probably one of the most iconic worlds in Kingdom Hearts now, is really just kind of empty each time we visit it, which is understandable since it's a graveyard. I feel like even the exploration leaves much to be desired. Although I will say an improvement was made in Kingdom Hearts 3 with the maze-like system added to further expand the Keyblade Graveyard. But there can only be so much done with the Kingdom Hearts version of a wasteland meant to be as a burying site for Keyblade wielders of the past. Finally, we have Castle Oblivion, and while the idea and concept for Castle Oblivion was a very interesting one, and being that I've only got to experience the Chain of Memories version of Castle Oblivion, I would say that it did feel a bit underwhelming to explore Castle Oblivion in a completely new Kingdom Hearts game at the time that was Chain of Memories. Especially because we got several explorable original worlds in the first Kingdom Hearts game, so having that experience of exploring a brand new original world being reduced to stairs and hallways with the same white rooms wasn't that exciting, especially when comparing to the castle that never was that we see later in Kingdom Hearts 2. And as an honorable mention, we have the Mirage Arena. And while the Mirage Arena wasn't fully tied to the story of Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, it gets an honorable mention as an original area designated for arena battles and originally multiplayer content on the PlayStation Portable. But having a more original area for things like arena battles outside of Olympus Coliseum was a more unique feature in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep that made its playthrough that much more unique and enjoyable. I believe it's something that's definitely possible to explore once more in a future Kingdom Hearts games. But these are just my rankings on all the original Kingdom Hearts worlds, but let me know in the comments below. What world do you think was the best of the Kingdom Hearts original worlds? If you want to explore some more Kingdom Hearts series, I'll be linking another Kingdom Hearts series video here in the end screen. As always, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to this channel if you enjoyed this video and want to watch more Kingdom Hearts content. And if there's anyone who may have questions about what to expect for the upcoming Kingdom Hearts games, be sure to share this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.